Hello again everyone and welcome back to some more Landric Plays Banished. Today I am playing Banished, as I just said, and yeah, so where are we about? So we've started our industry over here, we've got some quarries, some mining, we're probably going to expand this a lot more in this area. What else have we done? Yeah, we're continually expanding our sort of main town area over here. We've put some farms down and everything, so we've got all of the food, so we can pretty rapidly expand from here on. We've got to try and do it consistently, because if we do it in sort of peaks and troughs, we're going to have some population problems later down the line. And we've also gone and expanded into a second sort of like little town centre over here, I guess, if you like. So maybe we're going to have people sort of commuting from some of these areas into here. We can probably unpause a couple of these houses, actually. Let's see. Okay, our builders are going to be a little bit overwhelmed, but that's probably fine. None of these things, I think, are super urgent. Oh, okay, so we've got 2 storage. Okay, yeah, so we do have quite a few projects underway, but these 2 I think are mostly done. This one shouldn't take a lot of effort, it's just all about bringing the logs. I can't remember if labourers... Ooh, we've lost a... So I'm going to have to move somebody back to labourers, because I do like having 2 just in case something happens, which will slow down these projects a little bit more. But a lot of them... So this one, for example, takes like a relatively large amount of work, but it's not the end of the world. It's not too urgent. And we've got another trader. What are you bringing? Sheep. Ah, so it's good that we're bringing this on, because yes, I absolutely want a pair of sheep. What have we got lots of that we can spare? Firewood, I suppose. Firewood's always good trade goods, so if I just do that, perfect. So trade that, dismiss, and then as soon as this is finished, we can pop our sheep in it. Alright, so I'm going to go back down here, and even though I've just unpaused these, I'm going to pause this again. Pause this one as well, because we absolutely want more labourers dying of old age, or rather other people dying of old age and then being replaced by our labourers. But okay, we're 4 of 4, so that's fine. Obviously that'll change when I unpause more things and more things get finished, but for now, perfect. How's our school doing? So our school's almost full, actually, so it can hold 20 students, and we've got 15 currently, and 12 children. So we might want to pop down another one soon. In fact, maybe we'll pop that over here, or maybe we'll have 2 side by side. I'll have to wait and see. Do we have much in the way of logs? We do have plenty of logs. So we want to get this up and running as soon as we can. Ah. Okay, we got a notification because this person didn't die of old age. Unfortunately, they died during childbirth. That's a bit of a shame. And then somebody else died of old age. Okay, so we're sort of hitting that peak in our I guess the life cycle of our town, if you like, where we are going to have sort of a lot of people sort of dying off all at once just because of the way the cycles end up working. But, you know, that'll be okay. It's why we want to sort of expand nice and consistently, really. Come on, come on, come on. I want to put my sheep in this pen. Alright, well, that's ticking along. Do we want to plan out any more things down here? Well... What's this here? Oh, we actually have the schoolhouse down here already. Oh, well, there we go then. Let's pause it. And get everyone to focus on this right here. I mean, it's not super urgent. The sheep will be nice and happy in this little pen here, but I think I've mentioned before, they won't start to reproduce if they're in here. So we do need them in a pasture with a herdsman before they'll start to reproduce. And then we can, actually, once we've got the sheep, we can start making lovely woolen coats, which will be nice. Or, not even woolen coats, fancy, what are they called? Warm coats, there we go. Fancy warm coats, which are hide and leather. So as soon as we have those, we will probably start producing those. We'll, there we go. Sheep. And I think we can safely drop the number per pasture to 1. So our sheep will, there we go. They're swimming underwater, but that's fine. Just sort of wander here of their own accord. And there we go, we have a little pasture of sheep. So now we can unpause these things over here. So unpause that, and unpause this. And speaking of lovely warm coats, we probably want some tools over here. Some tools and coats over here, so production. So I think we'll try and squeeze in a tailor, and maybe a house next door there, and a blacksmith as well. Can we fit that in there? Oh, we can. There's a little bit of a gap, but that's fine. Perfect. So again, we've got sort of double the jobs. So our builder is basically working 2 jobs at once, but that's fine. It'll all get done eventually. And again, none of them are particularly urgent. Oh, hello, we've got a new trader. Squash seeds. Do we have squash seeds? Trade items. Squash. Yep, we have squash. But thanks, come again. Maybe I should have ordered something new from him, because you can request specific items from certain traders. But, you know, it'd just be more expensive if I did that. Ah, that's right, a hospital. I should unpause this at some point as well, actually. 78 stone. Ooh, we are a little bit short on iron. I'll unpause it, and I will set a gather job for all this iron over here. And then we'll probably up the number of people in the mine. Collect that as well, why not? How many people have we got working? We've got 3 working in the mine. So that's not too bad. And there's some sort of... I don't know if the stuff sort of that ends up piled up at the sides here gets counted as being in the stockpile. I think it has to be moved over. We are putting down a lot of buildings in one go, which is also why our sort of iron stockpiles might be running a little bit low. Let's see how you're doing. Nope, haven't produced anything yet, but that's fine. I don't know if you get goods while... In fact, well, we can check it with our cows, because we've got 3 cows now. So it looks like they won't produce anything until the pasture is entirely full, which is a bit of a shame, because I'd quite like to start getting the wool so I can unpause this, or rather, so I can switch our tailor over to making the nice warm coats. Partly because, you know, it's good having nice warm coats, and partly because they are incredibly valuable to trade. But, you know, we'll make do. I'll just have to try and remember to flip that over. Ooh, we have no labourers. Let's put 2 back there. Just because, again, if our teacher dies mid-classroom session, then everyone sort of pours out and won't get educated. Which can be a bit of a problem. But things are ticking along relatively smoothly. You can see all of the little people milling about in the snow. And as much as I do want to expand some more, it's probably going to be time to start converting some of these houses over to stone ones. Not that we're short on firewood, but we do have a boarding house set up so that if we do convert some of these over, nobody will be made homeless. They can just stay temporarily here for a while and then move back to their own house. Hospital's done, so all the goods are over, which is good. I don't think we'll put anyone in the hospital to work there, at least until... Oh, we got another trader. At least until like we get some sort of outbreak of a disease. What are you bringing? Wool coats? Nope. Got plenty of coats. So we're running low on stone, but that's because we're building a load of stone houses. Well, other buildings that require stone. So yeah, this is going to be quite expensive to build. Both of these are. So if we had more people, I would I'd put some more people in the quarry and the mine, but I'm going to put you two. I'll just leave you with a question mark, it's fine. It'll remind me that I need to put somebody over there if things break out. Because yep, we still want to increase our population, because we're not dangerously low on people, but we could always use more. So maybe I'll unpause a couple of these as well. Yeah, we'll unpause those, and we'll convert this one and this one. That doesn't fill up the boarding house, surely. There we go. Nope. Just took a little bit of time for them to realise that they still had a place they could stay. So we've got cows in here, sheep in here. 20 by 20 pens should be plenty big enough for like the maximum number of livestock. And we'll put chickens in this one, I think. Only takes logs, and we've got stacks of those, so I'll unpause that as well. And we'll put down some more roads. I know I'm probably super overtaxing my builders, but it's fine. They'll be alright. At some point, it might be a nice idea to put down some cobblestone roads, just to sort of increase walking speed a little bit. Because we're getting to the stage now where they are walking quite far. There we go, just circle those. Then again, we are quite low on stone, and I'd rather use the stone to build more houses and things like that, rather than just putting it down on the ground for people to walk all over. Oop. Sorry about that little bing in the background. It's my emails all coming through at once. Aha, so we have another teacher. Brilliant. So let's... Oh, we've got a bunch of labourers again. So, yeah, a whole bunch of people have become adults. It wasn't the school kicking them out? Nope, good. I was worried that we got such an influx of people that something had happened to our last teacher. So we'll put a teacher in here. We'll see how many students show up in this. Oh wow, another trader. This is great. Oh dear. What are you bringing? You are bringing more food. Do we want an orchard or do we want wheat? I don't know what we can do with wheat, whether it's a thing that just counts as food or whether we have to process it into something. How much stuff of... Okay, let's just, for the sake of argument, say I give you everything. How much stuff will that buy me? Not enough for 2. So we've got... What have we got? We've got squash, we've got cabbage. Do we want... let's get wheat, just because we'll find out what it does. Maybe we can brew it into... I think we can brew it into beer, but I don't know if it just counts as a raw food good by itself. So let's trade... I don't know, 80 of those, all 300 of these, because we've got stacks of it kicking around. Probably the same with the coats. And then, how much do we need to make up? 60, 64, like that? Perfect. Hey, look at me doing math first thing in the morning. Brilliant. And by not using sort of the full amount of all of these, hopefully we'll be able to move stuff back to the trade depot without me having to micromanage it too much. So, what do we get? Wheat seeds. Yes, perfect. So we'll trade there, and yeah, we can order more. We can order some more stuff later on. But I'm content just sort of letting stuff trickle in as and when it happens. Which means now we have to put down another crop farm. 11 by 11, I think, is the number we're still going for. So we'll put that there. And I was in the middle of reallocating all of our labourers, so... Is that joined up? Yeah, it looks joined up. So let's add one extra here. In fact, you got... Okay, let's put you up to 6. And let's just put you up to 6 as well. Because if we are trying to rapidly expand, we're going to want more and more of these resources over here. Perfect. So again, our builders are super overstretched right now. So let's pause you. And what else? Is there anything still going over here? Because the problem is it's not just overstretching the builders, it is splitting all of the resources between all of these different building sites. So this one's almost full of stone, so we just need another 2, so I'll leave that one. And you know what, while we're here, let's just clear cut a bunch of these resources. There's no need to keep them all here, it'll give our labourers something to do. Because we're going to cut all this down for building later on anyway. No students over here yet. Does that mean... Okay, so this these children will grow up, eventually they'll graduate, they'll probably end up going to school here. So that'll save them having to commute all the way through all of this snow and all these dark and dangerous woods, or something, I don't know. Ooh. What? So it's late autumn, but we have gotten a frost, and it looks like we're not getting necessarily all of the crops in before it... Yeah, see, look at them all dying off in the snow. But I mean, we're going to get most of them, and we're still making crazy amounts of food. Yeah, so we got less than the last season. I guess that early frost hurt it quite a lot, but I think adding a second person would just be inefficient. We don't need 2 people to work all of that. So this is all of our... Ooh, so we are getting some wool. Brilliant. So we still only have the 2 sheep, but we're getting some wool. Right, maybe that... okay, because, yeah, we don't have to kill the sheep to get the wool. We can just shear it, so we don't have to necessarily wait until it's full. Perfect. Okay, so that means I'm going to flip you over to making warm coats. And I'm not sure if there will be enough wool here to run both of these, and even if not, it's a long walk, but you know what, I'll add it anyway, and we'll see. How's our building projects going? What more do we need to do? So you've still got barely any resources. I can probably unpause you because you only need wood, and we've got loads and loads of wood. You're still converting over both of these houses to stone houses as well. Alright. I was going to say focus on this, but we are sort of bottlenecked by stone a little bit. And again, I want 2 labourers as backup for each of my teachers. It's going to be a little bit annoying. So I think one thing I might do is designate some more stone to be collected, which isn't sustainable in the long run. But again, it lets us sort of bootstrap our growth a little bit. So the more immediate growth we can get, so the faster we get these houses converted back and the faster we put down new ones, the more people that we can afford to put in the quarry. So we are eventually going to run out of stone to pick up, or it's going to be too far away, but I mean look, there's still all of this over here. So it's not like we're running out of resources, it's just becoming less and less efficient to go walking for them. But still, we'll grab a little bit that's relatively nearby. Is that iron? Yeah, we'll grab that, and I think there's a stone there too. Perfect, we'll grab those 2. And just all of these little bits and pieces will help us make more people, which we can then put in there, which will set us up nicely for the future. Barns here. Filling up of cabbage and... Interesting, I don't know why they're filling up with leather. Is that from the cows? How strange. But then that's going to be brought to the market by our vendor, and we've got 1 in each. I might up this later on, but again, they're sort of low on my priority of jobs to assign. So we've got another vendor here who's bringing over all of these different food stuffs, mostly I guess from from these little forest communities. So we've got the firewood and the berries and the mushrooms and all that good stuff. Ooh, this is getting quite full as well. But, you know, having all of our stockpiles full of food, that's probably not that much of a bad thing. Okay, good. One house converted over. Okay. So I guess with some people dying of old age, some have been moved across out of the boarding house to fill up those other houses, which is good, which means nobody's stuck living in here and we can convert across this. Hello, another trader. Ooh, tell me you're bringing chickens. Go on. More cows. Don't need cows. I tell you what, let's order chickens. Custom order, just once. Dismiss. Because we've got cows, we've got sheep. So when these pastures fill up, we can actually split them into another pasture. So we'll take half the cows from this pasture and move them, say, down here somewhere. Which means we now have infinite livestock as soon as we get the chickens. So your livestock can get diseases and blights and stuff, so it might be worth having a pasture that we can move them to in case of that. But for now, I think we're just going to have to deal with it and cross our fingers that it doesn't happen. Watch it happen now that I've just said that. Okay, we'll unpause you. We'll convert you over and you over. Aha, this farm is done. We're going to make wheat. There we go. So I don't think we're going to be able to fit another farm in here, so maybe I'll tuck in another house or something like that. What's the range of... I know it doesn't go all the way over to there, but I think it does cover... Ooh, just barely covers these two, I think. So you don't have any wool. I might leave you on generating hide coats, because you're obviously so much further away from the wool. But on the other hand, I don't want you to fill up our reserve with just hide coats, so the person over there stops making woolen ones. So I think, you know, if you don't have any wool, that's fine. You can take it easy for a little bit. Like I say, eventually maybe we'll move some animal pastures over here as well. In fact, that's a point. There's a lot of stone lying around on the ground here, so maybe it's time to unpause this bridge, because it doesn't take a lot of materials to build, and then we can start sort of building stuff over here, using all of this stone to help us. In fact, we might put down another quarry over here eventually, and some mines. There's a lot of mountains. It looks like a good place for one. And then maybe we'll put down another marketplace over here. How are you guys getting on? Still got all of the wood ever? Brilliant. What is my... what limit have I put on wood? 800, so I've actually almost hit it. Good. Everything seems to be ticking along nicely. We're back to sort of expanding quite well. Our resources are... So stone's still a little bit of a bottleneck. Maybe I'll up this a little bit more, because we are going to be using a lot to build all of these stone houses as we expand. Let's convert another one of these over. And then, yeah, so we'll keep expanding over here. We'll keep expanding sort of our food industry over here. We'll sort of slowly expand this town as well and put down, I don't know, some more farms maybe. A couple of farms, a couple of pastures or quarries or whatever we decide. But that'll have to wait until next episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.